What's going on, collectors? Welcome into Ross Loves Cards. Today, I'm going to spend some time sharing with you some of my forgotten cards. Now, it's been a few days back, or maybe a week or so ago. I was kind of going through my Instagram, and I seen several cards that I had failed to upload onto there. Now, why hadn't I uploaded them when I got them to Instagram? Well, sometimes I'll think, well, I'll wait till I do a video over these cards. When I do that video over them cards, I'll get my pictures then. Because I don't want Instagram, seeing my post too much far ahead of time of my videos. I guess it doesn't matter. Whoever sees it first, you all are special to me, whoever you are. But I realized there's several cards that I'd forgotten. And there's five in particular I want to share with you and tell you why I like them, why they're kind of important to me. My first card I want to share is a 1951 Bowman, Sam Jethro. Sam the Jet Jethro. He was the player to integrate the Boston Braves. And also I'll show you the back, but also in I think it was 1950. 1950, he was the Rookie of the Year. He had played there several years with him, not a whole lot. But each one of his cards, I think each one of his cards are a good-looking card. But this is the first one I've got, as the 1951 Bowman Sam Jethro. The second card I got was the first Burke Ross card that I'd purchased. It is this 1952 Burke Ross Duke Snider. It's in an SGC2, but what drawed me to this card was the centering on that. I mean, that thing has got some good centering. And I think it's a good looking card. You know, the registration or clarity on the Burke Ross, none of them I think are what you'd call great. You know, look at them and say, wow. Some are quite a bit better than others. But I think this is a good looking card, you know. It's got his name down there. I like the pose they caught him in there. Card just looks good to me. Checks off a lot of boxes. So, my 1952 Burke Ross. You know, when your name's Ross, you can't help but like Burke Ross cards. I liked it so much, I went ahead and I bought me another Dodger Burke Ross. It is the 1952 Burke Ross Don Newcombe. Now, you may notice this one is graded a 7. It's centered good, good looking card. You know, this pink color in the background, or pink or peach or whatever, I'm not just overly wild about, but I just can't get over that smile. Look how happy Don Newcombe looks. You know, just a great shot of him. In 1949, he was Rookie of the Year. Something else, in 51, the year before this, he'd won 20 games that year. As his first 20-game season. What's interesting to me is this is a 1952. Don Newcombe never played in 52 or 53. Was in the Army during those years. But I think just a good-looking, happy card from Don Newcombe. My next card I want to share with you all is this Don Hoak. Now, I don't mean to run Don Hoak down, but just to be honest with you, Don Hoak's not really a guy that I love to collect. He has some Dodger cards, Bowman Brooklyn Dodger cards, and I will collect those. But, you know, it's not somebody I wake up and think, I'm going to go scour eBay, see if we can find Don Hoak. But why'd I pick this if I'm running it? And I'm not running the card down. The card's great. Don Hoak, I'm sure, is great. And you guys can tell me I'm crazy in the bottom. But why am I showing this card? I bought this card. I won it on an eBay auction for 99 cents. It's in an SGC4. Picked up this for 99 cents. When it comes up to buying a Brooklyn Bowman Dodger card for my collection that I'm wanting to do, if it's already slabbed, I will probably pay a shade more than I think it might be worth just to be able to have it. You know, I don't necessarily like the hassle of sending stuff in to get graded. And this right in here, I'll pay up to grading fees all day long just to have one graded where I don't have to deal with the hassle. But 99 cents. Now there was like $7 or so for shipping, but less than 10 bucks. Picked up this SGC4 in hand to my to my mailbox. I was going to say to my front door, but that was a lie. To my mailbox for shy of 10 bucks. So I had to share my one good deal that I've gotten off eBay this past year. If y'all are lucky, I may show you another one coming up in the future. But my fifth and final card that I want to share today is this 1961 Jim Gilliam. Now, I'm kind of a fan of Jim Gilliam, and I'm beginning to become more of a fan. I'm just right now reading The Forgotten Dodger. It's all about Jim Gilliam, if you couldn't tell by this up here. But The Forgotten Dodger. That's actually how I was creative and come up with the name for this video, is The Forgotten Cards. But a little behind the scenes information there. But this card, 1961 Jim Gilliam. I told you all before, I'm pretty partial to 1961 cards. And the card that me and my wife got to remember her grandpa by was a 1961 Bob Gibson. I've shared that more than once. But that's a card we got him to remember by. Well, 5 days, I believe it was 6 days after, 5 or 6 days after her grandpa passed away. Who was a member of my church, another member of our church, and a friend of mine, Jim Gilliam, passed away. I'm sorry, Jim Williams passed away. And every time I see or read Jim Gilliam's name, I can't help but think of Jim Williams. So I got this kind of as a card. Thought, you know what, he liked baseball, I like baseball. I want to buy this card, you know, just so it can help me to think about him when I see it. So it's a special card for me. And, you know, since doing that, the more I hear about Jim Gilliam, the more I like reading Joe Black's book. You know, more I read it and their relationship they had. You know, and I'm assuming I'm going to read about it in this book. So far, I am, let me see, yeah, I'm just finished chapter 1 after the introduction in chapter 1, and I've already got a page of notes written out. So I'm sure this is not the last Jim Gilliam card that I'm going to buy. But today, I just wanted to go through, like I said, took some time getting to go through my cards, seeing what I'd showed, what I hadn't. It's always fun to go through all your cards. Make sure nothing fell through the cracks or nothing had gotten forgotten. But I hope you all are taking some time to get your cards out, go through them, and maybe remember some of the cards that you've forgotten. Maybe you haven't posted a video if you've got a channel. Do that. Maybe if you've got an Instagram page, post some pictures of them. I always love seeing other people's cards. And they don't have to be high dollar. I like to see 99-cent cards. Almost as good as I like to buy 99-cent cards. But I sure do appreciate you all watching, and I hope you all turn into the next one. Thank you.